Hello again and welcome back. Down at Lowry's today, Tuesday the 12th of October, it's lunchtime. There's a slight northwest wind blowing. It's not going to be an issue. I'm going to fish my whole way along the Kildarton shore down to the Kildarton point, and that should take me most of the afternoon. Unfortunately, as you might not be able to see, there's one cormorant flying across and another one there, and another one has just submerged. Let's get to the fishing. The lake has been fishing particularly well this last week or so. There's 7-pound fish and a 5-pound fish caught on Saturday when I was here, and lots of good hard fighting rainbows and the odd brown thrown in as well. I'll get in between the boats here and start. I'm going to be fishing a sinking line today on a fairly short cast, about 5 foot. Sinking line with a buoyant fly. This one has seen better days, it's starting to come apart a wee bit, but it's got a foam arched blob, something like that, in orange, and a bit of that's black, that's just mould, and something neutral on a dropper. This line isn't a particularly fast sinking, so hopefully I'll not be dragging the bottom of the lake. It'll take those flies a wee while to get into the way of going. I'm going to wait out a wee bit and give myself a good chuck. The wind's more or less blowing right to left, but as the further I go down, it'll not be so bad. I'll be able to fish this direction and not be thrown into the wind too much. The weather's been very mild for this time in October. There's been no real frosts. And whenever I was here on Saturday, there were lots and lots of fish rising. Which means they're feeding, which is also a good sign. There we go! There, I missed it, see it? Oh, second cast, hit and miss. Oh dear, not to worry. We'll stick at it. It was about 10 minutes after that last cast. I actually changed the dropper onto a daddy long legs. Here we go, none the worse for wear. And away. Here's a wee number I've tied up myself on a similar theme, foam ass, and just in case somebody fancies something half realistic, a red daddy on the dropper. These are both going to float for a while. Oh, there's a fish there. There's a fish there. There he is again. Come on, fish. There's a lovely daddy long legs. And a big red fuzzy thing. Now we tried a slow retrieve that time, and it seems to have worked. That's for that red fly on the bottom. These are all this year's stocked fish, but they're getting to be a good size. Let's get that hook out. There you go. And away. There's another fish down there. Let's see if we can get it covered. There's another fish out there. Right, we replaced the daddy with this thing, so it's got a gold head. So that's a sinking fly, and this one floats a bit on a sinking line, so who knows where it'll all end up. About the middle somewhere. Let's hope so. This isn't going to be so pretty to cast. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wasps all flying across there in the whole one go. Flippin' heck. Well, I've changed completely, gone on to a floating line and 3 flies. There's fish rising everywhere, but I must admit they're not showing much interest in what I have on. I had Seth with me there. He's over the other side. Oh, good man! He'd lost a reel, but he's just found it. Happy days. As Seth says, there's lots of fish rising, but finding out what they're eating's the thing. There's a fish down there. Well, after a long lean period, I put a floating fry on, and this wee fish came up and took it. I was talking to Seth for a long time there. Right, fish, stop turning. That's it. Let's see if I can get that out of you. Shouldn't be a problem. I can scarcely believe I've done this. I've changed back onto a sinking line. You're talking to a man here that would barely change a fly, and he's changed the line twice today. Madness, utter madness. But I was getting nothing on that floating line. One fish on the floating fry, and that was it. I had definitely more action on the sinking line, so we'll give it a chuck. Oh, there's look, there's a fish just rose at the fly there. Well, it didn't take long with the sinking line. That's a very small fish. That's a 7-incher. Right, let's get the hook out. Let's say that wee bugger there. On you, fella. Away and get big. This looks like one on the damsel nymph. Yeah, it is. No, I thought he was in the dropper, but he's not. He's on the point. That's another blobby type thing I just put on. First cast with it. I'll have to get it unhooked. That's probably the best fish of the day. Good £1.25, good keeper. Right, and away, like my rod into the water. Oh dear. I've come around the Armagh shore just to finish the day off. It's got a bit quiet. The only thing that's not quiet is the rumbles in my stomach. So I'll give it 20 minutes here, and then it's home for spuds. Well, I think we'll call it a night. It's been a good afternoon here. I've had 5 fish and had a bit of a chat with a few friends, and it's been great. Getting towards the end of the season, couple of weeks, and that's it for another year. We'll get another few days fishing before that. In the meantime, all the best.